Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and it is Fun Draw Friday. And today, I thought we'd do something fun. Um, uh, I always like following these other artists and stuff on YouTube, and they seem to have like a lot of fun with like October, and they have like these Swaptober events, and changing styles. So I thought we'd do the same thing. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna draw Wolverine, but I'm going to draw him in two different styles. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to draw him in a Dragon Ball Z style. Okay, so we're going to see how that turns out. And then we're going to do him like an over-exaggerated, like Saturday morning cartoon, like Ben 10, almost over-exaggerated type art style too. So we're going to start with the Dragon Ball one. Alright, so I'm going to start with my head shape. I'm going to try to fit both of them in here on the same page, so just bear with me. But I'm going to draw my head shape. I'm just going to start by sketching out a circle. Okay. And we're going to try to go for this Dragon Ball style of art. And main thing with the anime are these like sharp turns. That are in the head, coming down more like length on the character's face and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep that the same. Now that I have my head shape in here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the mouth now, just to kind of really help me with that look that I'm going for. Usually starting with the mouth or whatever first for me. For Dragon Ball is a little bit helpful that way. So I'm just going to kind of thicken up this area around the mouth. And then just kind of come in here and do the teeth. And bring them back in on this side. Right over here. So I'm going to try to bring that in there, but I want to kind of keep the that triangular nose shape. So I'm really going to bring that in and curve that around. And bring in that nose shape there. Now for now, I'm just going to go ahead and draw some eyes. The reason for this is I want to get that eye shape first. Just so that I can have that in there correctly. Because that's the other key thing, at least in my opinion anyway, with the Dragon Ball style, is you have these almost slanted, somewhat triangular eyes. There's not so much of a curve down as there is a curve up. Okay, I'll put like a little line underneath here for the bottom of the mouth. Okay, and then I'm just for my own sake of just knowing where things are, I'm going to draw in this basic ear shape in here just so I know where things are on the head. And then we're going to connect that down this way. And then I want to bring this side of the face a little bit closer. So I'm going to bring the cheek out just a little bit closer to the face. Okay. So now that I have that head in there and my ear in place, I can draw on things like the shapes of the body and the muscles. So I'm going to bring out some of the neck lines this way. And probably have one come down off the chin this way. And again, just kind of working in these muscle shapes. Now in Dragon Ball, they have these really defined chest muscles. So we're going to try and bring that in. I'm just going to build that up. And then what I'll do is put his outfit on him afterwards. So we have that in there. I want to get a little bit of over exaggeration on the trap muscles here. And I'm just going to work my way back and forth. And again, just really selling the size of his chest, the muscle details on there. So I'm going to build that up and around. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to come out here, build up some of the body in that way. Kind of come down that lower region, about a pelvis, and go that way. Okay. Now we want to build out those shoulder muscles. Again, a lot of unnecessary detail in it, but that's the style. So we're going to try to keep it that way. Okay, I'm going to get a bicep shape. It'd be easier if we just start from the middle here. So I usually define the bicep as a singular muscle. And I could probably bring that shoulder out just a little bit more. Okay, I want to get that tricep shape in there. And the rest of the back side of that. And we really want to define those forearm muscles. So again, I'm just kind of using form drawing to sell, if you will, the actual, like, shape of the body parts that we have. So we're going to kind of put the glove out this way. And that elbow come out. And just round it back this way. So like I said, we're really just going over the top with that look. I'm throwing in a few extra shapes on here too, just so that I can make sure that I have things set up for when I need to put the outfit on them. So we want to kind of define our hand shapes. Again, there's a lot with Dragon Ball where they define a lot extra. That's not 100% necessary. especially like the palm shape in the hand. You usually don't have to have all that to identify the hand, but again, that's just the style of the art. Now Dragon Ball Z is definitely, and I'm just going to move on to the fingers here. Again, if you watch any of my other videos, you know it's one of my favorite ones. Vegeta and Piccolo, definitely my two favorite. And I kind of like what they've done with the Dragon Ball Super. Especially that Tournament of Power arc was pretty awesome. And so now I'm just going to work in the fingers. And then we're just going to curl that finger in on that side. Okay. So we're going to kind of give him that that unique Dragon Ball poses that they do when they get angry or mad. A lot of them end up looking the same. So it's a little bit easier to draw them in those poses. Definitely want to split this out some more. Probably come in that way. Like that. And we want to get those finger turns inside from the bend. And then kind of come out and build the other ones. Okay. And then just right inside of here, I'm going to get that other finger, like kind of bend to it. And get that pinky right in there like that. Okay. Now I'm going to come back over here to my body. And we want to have a slight separation from the bicep. And just bring that in. And we can shorten that out a little bit right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and we're going to build out the thigh muscles. Okay, so just really making sure I get those shapes in the right way. And I'm probably not going to draw the entirety of his body, probably just down here to the waistline, just for time purposes. And we're supposed to be having fun and not getting bored, so I try not to make it super long today, but it'll probably still be a decent amount if you're wanting to follow along and draw too. Okay, so we got ourselves our thigh. Bring that out from around the leg. And then we're going to come out this way. Other thigh muscle there. I'll come up here to this part where I left off here, and we're going to make kind of where the hip bends. I'm going to make a shape like that. And then we can just take it and go straight out. Really define that leg muscle. Probably get a little bit more muscle definition here. Right into the knee. And really sell that bottom half of the leg there. Okay. Now I want to build in my shoulders over here. Put that turn in there. Really want to kind of see if we can bulk it up just a little bit more on this side. So I'm going to just come in and around, define that underside of the arm there. Just like that. And kind of come out and in. Again, we want to really bring out that forearm muscle shape, so we're going to bring that back. That glove on there. And let's take the glove across and get that second forearm shape. And we'll slide this middle forearm line around like that. Okay. I have my glove. I might, just poor planning on my part, I guess. I'm probably going to run out of space here for the hands. But, I can fit part of it in here anyway. So I'm going to take it right here and get those palm shapes like that. Then I want to kind of come in on the side here, and we'll do the thumb. Have that bend. Let's have that arch out. So yeah, ran out of space for the fingers on this one, so I apologize for that. But at least I can get as much as the detail in there as I can. Now, if you're drawing in the center of your paper, by all means, if you can fit your own fingers and hand in there, that's fine. But me, I kind of messed that up. Okay. Now, what I do want to do is I want to make sure that I start adding in the little things. So, like, from that nose shape, I want to make sure that I get that piece that runs back and down and kind of comes out on his face, and it just runs down to the chin like that, so I can kind of leave that mark where the ear is. And we can bring in those trademark Wolverine points that come off his head. Okay, same thing with the other side over here. I'm going to come back. And bring that down that way. And we do want that separation, so I want to come like right here around the eyes. Same thing here. And come around the eyes that way. Just kind of our nose up there. Okay, and then we want to do things like on the shoulders. I'm going to cover those a little bit with his shoulder guards. They come out. I'm just going to clean up inside here. Let's kind of sharpen that up just a little bit. Okay, so we got that shoulder guard on that side. Now we can use what we have over here. Bring in that shoulder guard over here on this side. Okay, and then I can just clean up inside. Leave that. Okay, we probably want to do some things like defining the abs. And then maybe a little bit of that divide right there. Okay. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in his belt. So I'm actually gonna block off this set of abs right here. So I'm gonna put a circle in. I'm gonna do another one just inside of here. Okay, and then what I want to do in order to make that X shape is just draw a bunch of triangles around the side. And I can take that belt and clean up everything inside of it. And we just take it back on this side. I think it went a little too far on that one. And just come back in this way. Probably need to make that bottom just a little bit thicker, so we'll come out more from here. And come up. Okay, now we also have his little, I don't know, little Wolverine lines, I guess you would say, the ones that come back and stretch over his back. The black ones. Okay, so we would just have come in and kind of go back. Okay, so we can keep that chest definition right there. Okay, and then I can take the other side here. Go ahead and run those lines back. And as they come out, and get the other lines, we're just going to see that a little bit on the side here. Okay. And now I'm going to darken these out and thicken up the outside lines on these ones. Just kind of go through and just kind of refine what I see. Okay. And then I can bring those claws out. On this hand here. Just do one more. Okay. I'm going to go around and give it that kind of manga look by thickening up the lines. Just make sure everything's nice and thick around it. That'll pretty much do it for the DBZ version of Wolverine. I just want to make sure that I really define these edges on here. Okay. Just thicken up around the arms here. And yeah, since I messed up with the hand, can't finish that whole thing, so again, sorry for that, but at least on yours, you could try to squeeze the fingers in there. Just refine some of that. Come underneath the thigh here. And I do want to make sure that I define this, because I'm going to do more of the traditional one where you have like the underwear on, basically. His leotards. I want to make sure I get this inside space over here. Like that. Let's get around these fingers. Claws. And we made it. Okay. So that's going to do it for that. Let me check something real quick with my lighting. There, you guys could probably see that a whole lot better. Okay. So that's that. Now I want to try and do it in like a real cheesy, I shouldn't say cheesy because like I like Saturday morning cartoons, but like just a very like undefined, Saturday morning cartoon. So what I'm gonna do is just I'm just gonna write D B Z Wolverine. Okay. And down here, I'm gonna go for the same kind of thing. We're gonna come in here and build up our head shape. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna turn that light back on. Just seems like it's a little different. I'm still working on figuring out the lighting setting, so again, apologize that I am learning as I go. Okay, so again, I want to try to define in that ear shape and bring in that head. So I got me a nice little head shape here. I definitely want to take and exaggerate the neck, stretch that out so this would be like a goofy looking version, like a Saturday morning cartoon. So I'm just trying to define some muscles without going into too much detail. Okay, so I got myself my neck shape here. I'm going to really over exaggerate this chest here. Okay, and I'm going to bring that around. And we're going to stretch this way. Pull that line back a little bit. Let's come out. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll work out my shoulder shape right here. That way I can come underneath with my chest muscles. Okay, so that's going to be like that in there. I'm going to take my shoulder. I'm going to build off what I have here. Okay, so I have my shoulder there. Slide this up some so you guys can see it a little better. Okay, and now I want to build out my bicep like that. Then I can build a very cheesy looking tricep there. Okay, and then what I can do is, just so that I don't go too far, I'm going to go ahead and jump back in here to this area, and I'm going to build out my body shape here. I'm going to come over to this side and build up my chest shape over here. Okay, so I'm going to just take that from probably about here and go like that. And like I said, we're really going for like super exaggerated. Okay, so I'm going to take this, really bring down that shape in there. Let's give him some cartoony obliques for his muscles. And we'll do one more right there. Kind of stretch one down this way. And what we can do is we can knock this back just a little bit. Okay, and we can kind of come down that way. I could take this right in here. And we're going to define the abs a little bit. Okay, so I want to bring that in and just curve that back out like that. All right, and then let's round an ab here. A little bit of muscle here. And do a slight turn right there. Okay. And then I want like pinched off right here because the way the waist is going to be turned. So we're going to kind of have that come out. Make the thigh go that way. And again, this is a exaggerated version of him. So like it's not accurate. I'm intentionally making the legs a little smaller than the upper body. And that is done on purpose. Okay, so I have this here. Let's kind of bring this out some more. That'll be that way. And right in here, kind of come out into the thigh this way, like that. And come from underneath. And we can build up our thigh that way. A little bit of the legs showing right down here. Same thing over here with this. I can get a little bit of the calf right there. Alright, now let's finish off this arm over here. So I'm going to come out, really exaggerate the arms that way. And get the forearm on this side to kind of be really big, like that. Okay, we want to curve that out. kind of curve down this way, right there. And again, I want to get basic shape of my hand going. So I'm going to curl his hand up this time into a fist. And just continue around. So right in here is where I'm going to work in my thumb. Leave that there for now. And then I'm going to bring this around. Okay, and now I can build up this kind of a cheesy, cartoony thumb. Okay, got me a little arm like that. And then let's go from here. And build up our shoulder. Okay, now we do want a little bit that bicep right here. Okay, again, I want to exaggerate that forearm, bring it out. Kind of turn the wrist out. Probably need to bring the forearm more this way. Just like that. Okay, and then again, I'm going to try to build out my hand. Okay, so let's kind of turn it out, go up. Just build these fingers. Let's go ahead and work in a thumb shape. More of a curve to it right there. Just like that. Right? Now I want to kind of do that same thing. Add a little Saturday morning cartoon style teeth in here. Just like that. I'm going to see that underside of that nose right there. We're going to get more of a rounded eye shape. This one here, and then I'm going to like over exaggerate that cheek and go down in here to the chin like that. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is build up that shape of the mask. Same thing here, just kind of closing it off right there. I'm going to take this in. We'll turn it up this time. And have that go that way. Again, we have that like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna split that nose up. Separate that yellow from the black or the blue, whichever way you want to define it. But Pretty sure it's black, it's just highlighted blue. Okay, so now I have that. This under here. And that kind of flows down into the neck, so that's still kind of like exposed skin there. You know, while I'm thinking about it, while I'm at it, let's add in that stubble on the face to help it out a little bit. We'll do the same thing down here, just add a little bit of stubble in there. Okay, and then we want to kind of do the same thing we did before. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to make a belt. And I probably need to erase the abs back just a little bit. I'm going to clean up the inside. Alright, and then I'm going to go around and make my X shape. Take that belt back. And let's do the same thing on this side. We're going to take that belt back, round it to the front. Okay. Now we want that divide right here, so it looks like he's got the underwear on. The other thing I'm going to do is get those shoulder guards in there. I'm going to kind of bring those out. Okay, we got the one on that side. Then I have a little bit of it right over here. And then you just clean out the inside right in here. Okay. And now I'm going to take those lines with the black part of this, kind of like the stripage that he has. Kind of throw those in here. Like that. Now, unlike the DBZ one, I don't want too much definition to cover that up. So just in those places, right there where the divide is, I'm just going to leave those open. Okay. We want to do the same thing coming down this side. And it's about all you're going to see on that side. Okay, I'm going to take my gloves and make sure to connect them down into the hand. Okay, and again, we can bring the claws out. Exaggerate those, maybe they got a little bit more spread to them. Okay, now down here on the thigh, I'm just going to add a little bit of that little flare out that he has on his boot. And we're going to kind of run a line down this way. Then again on the side here, put that flare out. And run a line down this way. And erase that out. Okay. And we're going to call this one Saturday morning cartoon. Okay, now I'm just going to go around and refine this, and while I do that, basically I'm just retracing over the lines to darken them up. But yeah, I hope you had fun today. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel if you just stopped by. Any likes and comments would be appreciated for any suggestions for Fun Draw Friday or any other day. I do artwork Monday through Friday, different kinds of lessons for different, different strokes for different folks. All right. So, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Feel free to share your work with me on Twitter, as I would love to see it. And until next time, keep on sketching, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye.